Welcome to the ultimate YouTuber dialogue list. So, I hear you want to be a YouTuber. Well, if so, then be ready to learn this list of proper dialogue in order to constantly parrot it out, otherwise you will be out of position on this platform before you can say f***. Okay, speaking of, our first point of dialogue is actually the opposite of a list of dialogue options. It is something you can't say. Remember, YouTube doesn't like swearing, so no matter what, you cannot say or and but especially not. Anyway, now that you aren't talking like a sailor, make sure to also avoid mentioning any controversial topics, even if they directly apply to you or are not at all offensive. If it is something that you can even imagine offending someone, then it probably is too controversial. This point doesn't apply, of course, if you're constantly saying and doing extremely offensive things, and specifically dedicating it towards children, because apparently YouTube loves those types of channels. The last point to mention is that if you are going to be playing a game, keep in mind that all video games are illegal and horribly violent, so if you play one, you'll be demonetized. But at the same time, kids like games, so the video will be at the same time set for a for kids setting, or as I like to call it, YouTube busting a coppa in your head. No one? Okay. Now, we have finally reached the list of dialogue. You see, any YouTuber that is too interesting, talented, or unique will inevitably be crippled by YouTube. So make sure that you are as similar to other YouTubers as possible while also being different enough that you aren't overshadowed. You might be wondering how you would do that, or why you would have to conform to a popular style to become successful on a site called YouTube. And the answer is money. I don't know. Alright, if you've ever worked at a corporate job or watched a corporate video, you should likely understand how to talk in a lifeless, unoffensive, but robotic way. And that is exactly how you should talk. Like this. Slightly upbeat and completely void of emotion. Either that, or talk like this. Fast-paced and upbeat, constantly excited. Make sure to talk like this if you are appealing to kids, because they are the only ones who won't get annoyed by this voice. Now, make sure to start the video with something like, "Welcome back to another video," or "Hey guys," or "What's up?" or some sort of other very simple, uncreative opening phrase to start the video off. Oh, and this is a side tip, unrelated to talking, but always remember the 3 rules of thumbnails. Shocked face, red circles, and arrows, and some sort of crazy thing that catches your attention but isn't actually in the video, which of course can apply to titles as well. Don't worry whether it's in the video or not, worry about views. Now, you've done your intro. What now? Plug a fake giveaway. Take advantage of your young audience and tell them that if you leave a comment, like, and subscribe, you'll give them something, generally gift cards. Of course, they don't realize that you can't see who likes and generally can't see who subscribes, whether due to privated subscriber counts or just due to how many people are subbing at once. Comments, of course, can be read, but can't be linked to actual information and are constantly spammed at high speed. So, yeah, it's super easy to fake because they don't really realize that, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, if anyone does end up questioning you, just get a friend or an alt account to pretend like you have some proof that someone had won them. And anyway, yeah, now that you are done committing what is literally a felony, make sure to constantly harass your viewers to like and subscribe, maybe to ring that bell as well. Do it more than once, actually, because some teenage or young adult male with no job talking down to you like you're stupid and asking you to help him earn more money is, of course, the best motivator. Now, you have kind of run out of emotionless drivel and self-promotion, so unless you want to plug a social media, a sponsor, or some sort of top comment, then move on to the actual video for now. Now, for the video, act like everything you say is insane, and act like you basically just don't know anything. Like this. Wow! To think you won that much. $400. That's insane! I don't know how money works, but I imagine that's a lot. I wonder how banks work. Now, tell me in the comments if you understand how monetary systems work. Alright, now, go through your basic content using stock photos and at most mildly interesting content and cheap 5-minute animation transitions. Once you've reached the end, you basically just flip the intro and start with plugging your channel, then talking about any sponsors or fake giveaways again, and then end with some easy and plain phrase like, "See you next time," or "Bye-bye," or something or other. Of course, you can also mix up the formula with an in-joke ending, which of course makes you a genius, or something. Now, have a cheap outro that recommends even more videos and hope that people will click on them and end up in an endless cycle of your videos. That's about it. Oh, and before I go on, obviously this only applies to males. If you're a woman, just wear slightly revealing clothes and you'll instantly become famous. Anyway, that's about it. Make sure to follow us as closely as possible because we obviously don't have enough of these. See you all next time when I teach you how to make an advertisement for a product by showing emotional images and playing sad music to trick people into thinking you have a soul.